Alright, let's get this started. So, what we're going to be doing today is basically making the next AO for Pay for Campaign. I've already rolled everything else over in terms of upgrades and whatnot, and then it's going to be a matter of doing some front logging stuff for Vietnam shenanigans. Making all that work. So what I want to do is look at the recurring AO and then make some changes. Also, so I don't have to keep doing it like a goober. Let me actually make this proper. Because I keep saying I will and then I keep forgetting like a dum-dum. So when people want to mess with patches, he's ready to go to be copy and pasted. Alright, I already had all these guys rolled over. Let me go ahead and look over at what I need. So first off, this being the next AO focusing on the southern side. Where do I want to put my debug right now? I guess right there for now. Alright. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna make perimeters a bit tough, but I mean, well, we'll be fine. Alright, so if we're gonna be doing that, it's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8. To back that up, there's also an AA team, so we'll grab that, and then these two, and then a rifleman. We need 2 of those. I need SPG 9. Four of those. I need some IED. Pressure plate would be good. Let's do smalls. I need AA statics. That would be 9-3? No. 9-5? No, 9K. Yeah, 9K. 9K 3A, that's what I'm thinking. I need 4 of these for the AO. I need static MGs. Let's get cords, because that's usually the go-to. Grab 4 of those. And then a mortar site and an AI training center. Yeah, they did blow this one up too, so we gotta remove that from play. But that mortar's still alive, so we can put these over on the side and call that a day. I can't recall if they sniped that one. They might have. That's fine. Alright, that means skill levels are gonna be at like 40%. Alright, cool. Jaybird, Broadshore, Cater, how y'all doing? I've been up for the past few hours. I did some errands with my mom because she wanted to hang out. So I just moved some money around between 2 banks to, you know, deal with wedding shenanigans, and then went to get some stuff for sheet crab soup, which I guess I'm making tomorrow if I have the time. Because tonight we're gonna go celebrate a friend's birthday. Alright. Just gathering all my stuff at the moment. So we have that all per AO at the moment, as well as that. And then this is for everything around. Alright, cool. Per AO is a little subjective, I will admit, but yeah, it's just what we got to work with. So I'm thinking in terms of IED placement, let's put a few. This is a little bit of a limited resource. I don't want to do the roads because we were running into an issue last op yesterday where they were hitting themselves, which admittedly was kind of funny. But I'm going to put 3 there and then 2 on the rear in case they come around on that side. Gun turret-wise, I know Az is here because he just dealt with Zam. Let's go ahead and put some stuff in here. Also, just to keep you guys informed for the sake of this campaign, I upgraded their tac vest to the police variant, which is pretty much like double. It's the most powerful regular tac vest that they have, but that's a good like mid-range in terms of armor. RPGs are upgraded, so they have scopes, so they're going to be a bit more accurate, as well as it's now the 7VL, which packs a bigger punch, and I might have gone a little overboard with that RPG count, but you know. And then we have M21s, RPK ends with 75-round mags, M14s, and now the squad leader has a grenade launcher, so we'll just see. We'll just see how that one plays out. Alright, I'm doing machine gun. I'll just take all the statics. If I see a good position to put them in, I'll put them. Honestly, this is kind of a shitty SPG-9 position, but there's not really any other better ones for this AO. I could also put one right there. He just can't really look up, but, I mean, we have 4 to burn per AO, so we might as well. And that's if they bring armor in here, which they might not. It's impossible to tell. I guess, because this is the main way in, and then there's this weird, like, you know, silly device over there. Overwatch positions would be best, so we'll probably do one more internal one in here on the top. And then I'll do one on the hill overlooking where the players are going to potentially come in. Oh my god, it's killing me. Hold on. Because it was getting freaky over the fact that the ground level was a slant or something. And then this one I'll just stick up here to kind of watch the open ground on the forest there. AA launchers, that's pretty simple. Just anywhere where we have an open area will be good enough for an AA launcher, you know? We'll do one internal, so it's a little harder to strike. One on that position. Actually, if we're going to put... no, the machine gun would be better off right there. AA just needs a big line of fire, and then, I mean, like, right on the damn hill. And then the other machine gun turrets, these bunkers aren't the best at fitting them. So we'll do one right there. How tall is that thing again? Because it might work here. Might not be tall enough to fire over the barricade. Yeah, so I'd have to... Or I could stick it here. Make that into a bit of a choke point. Yeah. And this fourth and final one I'm going to put here is like an Overwatch piece. I just have to make sure... God damn it. It's not going to like fall over. So it needs a bit more of a flat area. Plus, it needs the angle of depression of that gun actually isn't that much, so I gotta figure out. Yeah, it's not really the best spot in the world. Yeah, I could stick it over here instead. The thing is, it's all exposed to air, though, so air can easily bomb it. We're gonna ignore the fact that there's a bunch of radioactive barrels next to him. It's how he gets his power, you know? Hey Hydra, how you doing? But yeah, I'm pretty much... Today is a bit of a free day for me because my evening's taken, so there won't be any FNF. I'm waiting for Razor, because I know Ghost Wolf is busy today. I'm waiting for Razor to tell me if he's free for DayZ, and then we're just going to pop on and play DayZ. And in the meantime, it's either I stream mission dev or video editing. I have some mission dev I need to do pronto, so I'm gonna... It's not this one, it's the other one I gotta do, but, you know, hit that, and then we'll go from there. I think I'm gonna leave obvious vehicle positions open for now, just so I can take stuff if I need to, and then I'm going to be prioritizing putting AT guys on very specific positions. But every AO, it's like 12 statics and all this other shenanigans. Yeah, with sandbag deployment, I just don't want to touch up the AO too much because there's a lot that needs to be put in. And then, of course, any RPGs, we want to have position so they can hit stuff. It's just, you know, where can I put it where the AI isn't going to accidentally kill himself? So, obviously, you don't want to put him in any bunkers. Because otherwise, yeah, he will, in fact, kill himself. Alright, I think I'm just going to layer this in based off of where we are. Battle towers are another thing where I'm like, he's probably going to oof himself there. I'll put another RPG gunner right there for some top Overwatch. Then all these bunkers with these little murder holes here, we can, you know, put guys in, because you never know. They might get a good angle. It just takes one good angle to wipe a squad. Funny enough. Yeah, if they come over that hill, for example, we've got guys right here. And there's no point in me organizing... Oh, that's a marksman, too. That's perfect. There's no point in me rotating them because they're just going to rotate back based off of the squad leader's position. So it's like, all right, we'll just go with what we got. But yeah, what's also nice about these bunkers is they're, you know, more or less bomb-proof. I just got to put guys in the right spot, and then we go from there. The trick is putting them forward enough so they can look down, but not too forward where they can easily get headshotted. And that's always a toughie.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Thanks for the follow, Hydra. This is Arma 3. Daisy will be later. Just depending on when my admin is on for, you know, conducting the fucking in. Or I could go on Ghost Wolf server without him on there and get some forward progress. I don't know. Before I get murked by another pack of what? How many wolves did that guy spawn? 36? Right? It was like 3 groups of 12, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then, of course, I turn around. It wasn't even the wolf that got us. It was a random bear spawn. That's the funny thing. But then again, if we killed the bears, then the wolves would have finished us off. It was 15 at the end, yeah. Oh. Well, I'm talking, like, not just that one that he put in. There was, like, multiple beyond that. But still, it's always funny how that shit works out. Am I dehydrated? No. I just have a deeper voice in the morning because my vocal cords have been relaxed, and then... Or, I don't know what the specific term is for a deeper versus a more... high-pitched voice. I'm higher pitched in the evening compared to when I wake up in the morning and spend a few hours. It's a lot deeper. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't really care. If my voice is a deal breaker for someone, then they're probably not a good judge of character anyway, and I just say fuck them. I got too many important things to be doing. Like making operations for people, lovely viewers like you, to absolutely slaughter the player bases that I host for, because why not? Haha, funny. Oh my god, Dante yelled at me, though, when he raided him last night with everyone from the POG campaign. He's like, Liru, what the fuck? Fuck you. Meanwhile, the man was literally having... I think I watched him for 2 hours while he was playing Space Marine 2 Versus, and he just kept winning match after match. I don't think he lost a single one. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? But he's already hitting, like, the cap for the content. I'm not sure how much he's played that game, but I'm still going to wait till there's a sale. I want to buy it, don't get me wrong. It stands for a lot right now. And, like, all the media, and, you know, hopefully it'll set a standard. It won't, but, you know, we can all hope that. Compared to, you know, all the freaking messaging and woke bullshit in games, but that's why I play Arma 3. But still, For how I buy games, you know, I buy it based off of for every dollar I spend, I want to be entertained for an hour. That works for 99% of games out there. Oh, and I don't feel like making any exceptions right now. I know it's great. It's just I don't think there's 60 hours worth of content in there. And don't get me wrong, I'll play the shit out of the games. Like Darktide, for example. That was, I think, I bought it on pre-order because it was discounted. That's the only reason you should ever buy pre-orders, if they discount the damn price. But I think that was a $30 or $25 purchase, and I got more than my bang for my buck from that game. A few hundred hours at least. And then, you know, over the year, they released more content. But I don't base it off of that. I base it off of what's there now, but I digress. Alright, that's one AO done. Next AO. This one's a little difficult, but if they're going to be transitioning from the, the west, then let's put the IEDs out over here. Yeah, exactly. Play it co-op, and I'll have tons of fun with people like Dante that have already played the shit out of the game and know everything, but, you know, they'll also let me enjoy things. That's another thing I kind of hate, though. When you play with certain friends, and then they just, you know, in a co-op game, and they have all this, like, crazy, ridiculous, overpowered stuff, they just dominate the shit out of the game, and you're just kind of standing there with your base game shit like, I used to have to deal with that with people, like, in Borderlands. Borderlands 2 back in the day, and it's like, bro, let me play the fucking game. Hell, I used to do that to Bloodwing. On accident, so I would just instead make a new character and then play fuck around and find out. Yes, OPFOR is upgraded. New weaponry, GL on the squad leader, 8 RPGs, there's 7 VLs instead of 7 Vs, 75 round drum magazines, and then Mark 14s instead of SVDs. Every AO has 4 SPG-9s, and yeah, there's a lot per AO. Definitely a lot. And they all have the police vest, which if you actually go into Arma 3 and you look at the amount of armor protection you get for tactical vests, you'll see that it's kind of subpar. Because it's just meant to be a light tac vest. It's Kevlar. But for whatever reason, the police tac vest has, like, double the stat for some ungodly reason. So that's what I threw on them, because that's based off of where the bar is. That's a moderate attack defense vest, so it tanks a lot more than the other vest, too. It's whatever at that point, you know? Realize all the turrets aren't grouped up to the squad. Oops. Alright, now I'm just gonna do random unit placement based off of tactical positions. I try to avoid the battle towers because it's really easy, especially since the player base has air. They would just glass the shit out of the battle tower and kind of kill everyone in. Compared to these bunkers, for example, where there's some top-down cover. It's a little risky to put AI with RPGs in them, but I would say 9 out of 10 times they shoot it properly. And then the top of those HESCOs also works out pretty well. And then, you know, some guys with light covering on top, or, you know, you put them in where there's camo nets, because otherwise, again, air will just glass the shit out of everything. Or artillery will glass the shit out of everything. Which, don't get me wrong, I think is also funny. Czar is literally playing both sides. And the fact that he gave him 2 M270s. One with HE and one with cluster, and then he also gave all this shit to OPFOR. I'm like, bro is just here for violence. Though the Parasite spam last week was also funny as hell. I might lower the Parasite's health by a touch. But at the same time, it was funny. So I might just keep it the way it is. Actually, no, I'll just keep it the way it is. It's the side co-op stuff? Alright, that's fair. But yeah, like I said, that's not going to happen for another, like, 6 months down the road. I think I talked about this in POG last night, or it might have been the OFCRA match commentary, which I also find funny that I decided, hey, how about while I'm waiting for this match to finish, What if I just chop up a bunch of eggplant and salt them so I can start the sweating process, because I'm going to make eggplant parm. And it was good eggplant parm. But then again, it's hard to screw something up when you literally fry a vegetable, you cover it with cheese and marinara sauce, and you put it in an oven. Very hard to screw that up. But the 3 things in terms of content that I'm going to be focusing on at the start of November, one of them at a time, one at a time, of course, but that would be either Core Keeper done the same way we do Daisy. So you guys can spawn whatever you want in the area. The only rule is it can't be, I want to say, within 100 meters of the core itself, because otherwise I'm just going to get spawn camped. Halo, a playthrough of Halo, except I give you guys a text-to-speech bot with Cortana's voice, and for a few 100 bits, you can make her say whatever you want. And then I have to interact with it, which I think would be funny as hell. And then the third one is just Cult of the Lamb with the standard Twitch integration. Which would probably, actually no, it would be the most casual out of the 3, but I mean, it's Cult of the fucking Lamb. That's a fun game. Breeding the eggplant parm. I did not say that. Okay. You know what? My ability to articulate, I'm going to be honest, is dog shit, so I might have said that, but that is not what I meant. But whatever. Have you seen how big eggplants get, though? I mean, there's the phrase, once you go black, you never go back, but hey, once you go purple, oh my god, they're so fucking massive. Alright, that's another AO down. No, Liru, no! Alright, the IEDs for this AO, I mean, it's a total RNG crapshoot. Again, I'm going to put them on the left side and hope for the best, but yeah, they can literally go in anywhere. This AO, I'm going to be honest, kind of sucks for static positions. Like, there isn't really much I can do. I mean, the AA ones I can just hide in plain sight, so that's not too bad. I can just kind of shove them around, but the other ones are a bit tough. It's the purple nurple. Oh, great, now we're getting into the frickin' chowder and panini bullshit. Ah, yes, unless we're talking about purple in terms of an orc sense, it's, yeah, that just makes you invisible. Right, totally. Oh, there's a hydrate. Missed that one. Keith David does not approve. Cram that in there, because you never know if they might flank on that side with armor. We can catch them with their pants down. Like I said earlier, this is kind of a tough spot to put SPG-9. Just kind of have to blend them with the terrain and call it a day. And we still have a fourth. I have no idea where to put... I mean, we can just double up on this side. Because, again, you never know. So we can have one side cover that way, the other side kind of cover more on the left. Because if they're coming from this direction from that spawn, then, you know, there is a possibility that they will be put on that spot. I'm going to take the RPG guys out. Because these guys need to be deliberately put in areas where they're not going to kill themselves. Because I gave them 8 RPGs to fire. Because I'm an asshole. I mean, yeah, just at the edge of the frickin' terrain. The one thing I know that might happen with this AO is it's going to get utterly freaking glassed by cluster bombs. And that's funny as hell. Razor still hasn't messaged. Oh, wait, no, he DM'd me. Today is an accelerated timeline because I have to go during the time we would normally be starting, so I'm just free all morning and afternoon. But I understand that people have this really weird thing called lives and IRL stuff to do, like going to the bank or doctor's visits or family, comma. I wouldn't know, but you know. I have a very dry sense of humor, it's fine. Ron, false. Well, I think Razor does, that's the joke. Not true? Yeah, of course, right. Digging in, making trenches on this map is a pain? Yeah. On the bright side, we're doing this one in POG, so we probably won't do it for the Mexican cartel rotation shenanigans, you know? I mean, yeah, I did just, you know, hang out with my mom and go to the bank, but, you know, I'm not gonna tell Razor that. That ruins the joke. Yeah, I need to put them inside buildings as much as I can, because, again, I'm gonna be honest. POG, in terms of the pay for campaign, it's really simple. All they have to do when they start the AO is look at all the marked positions and then immediately start cluster bombing the shit out of them. And then just give people mine detectors so they don't deal with UXOs. And if they don't want to deal with the UXOs, then just use the HE. And then for the sake of the player base, or the viewer base, here's what needs to be done. Alright, if you want to continue to bully the shit out of these guys. One, I have to make a document, and you know what, we'll actually make that section today. Of an AA tier spawn, and technically the first 4 tiers aren't going to really freaking matter, because we're already in tier 4, and I think it goes up to tier 5. Which, oh my god, now that I think about it, that's going to be disgusting. Because the end tier is going to be like a Tigris or something. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good, but yeah. Yeah. But basically, the only way to beat the player base in terms of beating them back, especially now that they have a bunch of really cool assets, is either buy a bunch of sites, keep upgrading the infantry so the ones that they will have to clean up are still overpowered and they need to be mag dumped. AI training centers, so the skill level of the AI is kept high. And then, jets. Anything that can fly over to the airbase and potentially destroy the artillery. Because you can't direct hit it with anything that I have available, because otherwise that would be too OP. So there's a few different ways you can go, and then of course you can always, like, parasite harass the infantry when they come in. But beyond that, I mean, it's very tough, because, I mean, viewer base was definitely dominating the first 3 missions, but after the player base kind of figured out how to play this, which is funny, because they should have already known how to play it, but I digress. Now it's just going to be a massive amount of anti-air focus, which will be funny. Or what could be done is a massive amount of helicopter depots. Because here's the thing. A lot of the assets that were destroyed yesterday, even the friendly air assets and the enemy air assets, were by radio-guided Hellfire. So that means, and that's why also there was a bunch of blue on friendly vehicles. Even the A-10 was destroyed by a friendly wire-guided, I keep saying wire, radio-guided Hellfire. So what basically needs to be done here is the spawn rate for vehicles needs to just outpace what air can throw. And that's going to be the really weird, difficult part of how things are done. So that's why I'm thinking, like, sites are going to be the best way to deal with everything. But, I mean, it's a real toss-up at this point, you know? I'm thinking of putting both the mortar and the AI training center back here because it's, you know, further back and I have more room to work with it. And then the 2 AA sites I'm just going to put back there for defense. Actually, I still have the debug squad, right? Yeah. I think I'll just make, like, a squad of units and then garrison these guys around. That's a lot of money. Yeah, well, that's paid for pain for you. It's not my fault Czar decided to drop $200 and give the player base really powerful artillery.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Bro literally
now.
paid for pain. We also need to make a Plinko board. What do you guys think if we brought Plinko back to pay for pain?
Send in Goat
I think that'd be
Team
smart.
6 now.
How it going, Liru?
Anyway, Luxord and Wastelander, thanks for the 49-month and 52-month respectively. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. My hotkey, I think, is off. Yeah. All right. I think we need to bring that back, though. Has anyone else resubbed this stream? Because I might, if we do make the Plinko board on this stream, we'll definitely have those be, like, the first tests. The pay for pain list is... fuck, I'll just put it in. No, it's in the menu. There, and I updated the title for it. Yeah, so I'm just going to throw a bunch of extra squads in various garrisoned areas and whatnot. Yeah, F it. Let's make a Plinko list, and then we can run them off of this stream while we're still doing edits for... pay for campaign, and then we'll go over to the Vietnam stuff. Because we have a massive amount of armor, but the issue is that we tried to flood the air. We sent like 23 vehicles, 20 of them being T-55s. I think 21 actually of them being T-55s, and air cleaned them all up very quickly, and it's like, oh shit. Like, that's a grade A problem there, Chief. But alright, we need to make a new site. So let me go ahead and look at some existing sites here. Oh my god. Let me try APC, because that one I think is the most simple. Yeah, and then instead we just put a different vehicle in there. Alright, so what do we got in terms of AA? So we have a truck, an MTLB, a Shilka, a Tunguska, and then we have, what, the Tiggy? And then we have a Tiggy. I think that's it. I'm looking for anything else just to see what we have. It would just be like AAA and then AA. I think we have an Avenger system somewhere in here, though. I might use that. Oh, where is it? I know it's in here. Because it's a 3CB factions thingamajig. There she is. Yeah. course, yeah, the vanilla equivalent. What type of air assets do they have? Attack helicopters. That guy from months ago is still waiting for the underdesk cam. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to get Bloodwing to decide what freaking cat bed she wants, but I digress. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is probably how the lineup would go then. Which means it would still be Tunguska's. Alright, let me go write this up in the document. And then I'll have to take a picture. So we're gonna put this under... Yep, alright. The rate of 1 free AA asset. Now, do I want to make it 10? I'm going to make it 10 minutes, and we'll see what the hell happens. Tunguska, Toad Avenger System. Shilka, and then MT LBZU 23. And then I need to include a picture. Oh, let's throw it with the vehicle. Cool. Yeah, so that means, because vehicles are at tier 4, that means Tunguskas will go into play. Huh. That's fucking wild. Oh, I just realized not all these have been bolded. 1 second. And then I'll go get Plinko. Okay. What would be good for Plinko? If we're doing $5 a drop on usual, what gets us $5 normally? And then we'd have our 3 combos and 5 combos. So $5 usually gets us an AGS technical, so lighter vehicles. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna copy and paste from my one of my other menus, and I'll put it above the D goal list. All right. Let me get rid of all the DayZ stuff. All right. So the 1, I'm going to make an M2 technical because you don't want to get a 1 unless you're going for the stuff that's 1 in a row. 3, 5, and 7 on the Plinko board are usually what happens with it normally. So I'm going to grab another link just so I can see the top of the Plinko board while I'm working on this. Actually, no, I'm going to do this. So the M2 technical I'm going to say is at the 3. And then 5 and 7 will be better. So the 1 is going to be the rifle squad. 1 M2 technical. The 5 is going to be... I'm going to do a BTR 70 in the middle. And then the 8, or the 7 is going to be something that's actually kind of nice. Let's do a BMP2. And then if we have our 3 in a row combos, debating. Well, 1 should be an IRS team, so I'll double it. 2 IRS teams for the 1 combo. Oh, wait. I'll put the blutterflies in them. And then what should our 7 be? 7 should be interesting. So far I've got 2 IRS teams, 2 Blutterfly IEDs. These are for the 3 combos, 3 MI-24s. I always struggle with this. Probably some AA. 3-7, let's do 2 Tigris AA. Vehicles. Yeah, F it. And then the 1s in a row. Alright, hold on. No, this is where it's good. So 5 1s in a row. Let's do 10. I want to recreate that massive, planet swarm thing for one of them. That would be funny. And one of them is going to be a, yeah. Yeah, well, let's make these ridiculous. So the 7s, 5 7s, cluster bomb the entire the player base. 5s bolt their most powerful assets. Prop lane salt, and then the 1s. What should the 1s be? Alright, guys, I need one more ridiculous thing that'll happen if we get 5 in a row, because I doubt we'll get 5 in a row, but give me something. Before I find something, I'm reading chat. It's still... I have something idea, like something stupid. I don't want to do modern jets. Simply because the player base doesn't have something... It sounds weird to say it like this, but That's why I like the 10 prop planes, because at least the planes have to get close. A few will get shot down, but some of them can then swarm the airfield and still do a crap ton of damage. Here's what I'm thinking. For the 1 combo for 5, 1 weapon tier is automatically maxed to the highest it can be based on the D-goal modifiers. So here's what I'm thinking. If you get 5 ones in a row, on top of that's going to be 5 rifle squads, that's going to be 2 IRS teams, and then on top of that, 1 weapon tier is maxed based off of the document. So what does that mean? That means that if you scroll all the way up in the document, you go to the change the campaign weaponry. That means I get to choose something that gets maxed. I think it's up to tier 9 weaponry is maxed. So that means tier 5, the M21s, would automatically go to the M4s with 100 round mags. I think that is something incredibly valuable for the campaign. Unlikely to happen, but it is entirely possible, you know? I think that would be an interesting modifier, you know?
Now.
Plinko, oh, wrong game.
But Axel, thanks to the 29-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Let me go into my hotkeys real quick and put the camera on. Let's do a little Plinko test. Alright. Hold on. And then I have a lantern on the side. I gotta get all this set up for DayZ tonight anyway, but... Alright. We have to do 3 drops for all the subs. So, alright, let's see. So what's the player's biggest advantage at the moment? The ATG, not the ATGM, the, God, one second, I'll tab out and show you. Oh, and I gotta put a D30 over there anyway, because I forgot. These 2 things. And there's not really any way that you can kill them except through Plinko, in all honesty. I'll put that back there. But anyway, alright. Real quick. Let's see if we're lucky. For the 3 subs we got, we have a 7, a 3, and another 3. Which means if we get one more 3, we'll get a bonus. Who gave POG M270s? I think Czar did. Arma Gacha. Exactly. Gotta love them gacha games. So that was a 7 and then a 2-3 combo. So based off of my document, that would be a BMP1 and then 2 M2 technicals. Which again, I think for going for Plinko, you definitely want to go for the combos more than anything, especially the 5-round combos. That would be... Ooh. Let me get those added. 1 BMP-1... if I can write, and then 2 M2 technicals. But Plinko is meant to be spammed. How much to give the IRS a HIMARS or Lancet? It's not in the document, because then I'd have to use it, and that's going to insta-kill the player base every time. And I'm going to be honest, the mortars were already murdering the shit out of them in this AO yesterday, and they didn't even realize they were taking enemy fire. They thought it was their own mortars killing them, which was kind of funny. So, they're not that smart with that sense, but yeah, c'est la vie. But yeah, no, I think that's a good system for, you know, adding Plinko back in. Can you upgrade the mortars? No, because it would be way too easy for me to just mortar them every single time and then they'd rage quit after 2 weeks. Poor Bloodwing knows about Plinko spam, yeah. Because this player base doesn't really do anything against enemy artillery, and I already wipe them hard enough with mortars, so there isn't really a reason for me to upgrade the mortars to anything else. Because they don't have that mindset, if that makes any sense. Because otherwise, someone could just get a freaking artillery system. I would put it on the corner of the map. They would never find it, and I would just murder them every single time. And it would be a boring operation. Because the one currency we have to deal with the player base is morale. And that's something that I have to deal with. But anyway, I think that's good. We now have an AA depot that can be made. And that's just going to spawn Tunguskas, you know? But I'm going to go ahead and get that saved up. I'm going to tab out real quick. I got to see if there's a mod set for the other thing I got to work on. If not, I'll just work on it with base game files to make OPFOR positions and then change things out accordingly. That's a text box arsenal. That's another text box arsenal. There we go. No, wait, that's Lontan. Yeah, alright, I'll just make it off of other stuff. Alright. If we added FPV drones, yeah, right? But then, here's the thing. POG also addressed this last night in debrief. They have a limited player count, though. They only have 20 to 30. So we can't keep giving them diverse jobs because then there'll be less people on infantry. Because they already have, you know, out of, let's say, 20 people that show up, they've already got 2 full helicopter crews. 1 guy running drones and 1 guy potentially doing arties. So that's 6 out of the 20. That leaves 14, 2 squads of 7. And you guys bully the shit out of them with like 50 parasites. So they need more players, guys. Come on, don't you want to go into an Arma situation where you can stick it to a bunch of viewers? Ah! Alright, 1 second. I'm going to transition over to some OPFOR shenanigans in dev. So all I need for this one is 3DIN and SOG Prairie Fire. Alright, I'm about to design the entirety of OPFOR for a 12-hour AO. Absolutely based, yep. Camlo, nah, mission is going to be... I just hit the wrong freaking nap. Like an idiot. Okay. Now I should have a file in here that already has some stuff written down. I just have to now stick with that and then adjust things accordingly. Now, if we're going to be playing PAVN and VietCon, that means I'm only going to be making a few static sites that are going to be quote-unquote assaulted, and then really it's just going to... I'm debating doing either tracker modules or just manually putting stuff in. What time am I going to play DayZ? That's when Razor's available. Razor told me he's not available for another, like, 2.5 hours, so when he gets back, then we'll do DayZ. And we're going to go, I think, till like 5:30-ish? 5:15? Alright. Alright, we're just going to go in order here. So I need to make multiple positions, and then I can always hide stuff. And then not everything needs to be spawned preliminary, but they want a beach assault. Are these internal, or are they just, yeah, they're prop. Alright, that's fine. Well, no, I'm gonna replace one. Okay, where is... Damn it, where's that one rock that you can enter? This is literally going to be 20 minutes of me looking for one fucking asset. That's usually how it goes for dev streams. And then, of course, I chill with you guys. You saw 6 on the calendar? Yeah, my calendar kind of flip-flopped multiple times this week, and I haven't been keeping everything up to date yet, so I just... Ugh, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what's what. Okay. We're going to do this the hard way. That's a bit too hard. Don't need bridges, don't need building parts, don't need those. Don't need industrial, don't need McAfee. PAVN is just a bunch of tunnel complexes, don't need those, don't need religious, at least I don't think I do. Don't need the river huts. Don't need the town, don't need the urban village, maybe? There's some watchtowers and shit, but nah, that's fine. Cave, there we go. Do I have something with some stuff on top? Yeah, I want that one. Hell yeah. Alright. Set to local. Divide all that. Make it a little bigger so we can hide some of the grass up there, and then I can fill that. And then make it a static position because that would make it more interesting. It's on a slant. Let me just make sure that it's all either carved into the ground or it's all fine. Yeah, cool. All right. So if they want a hot LZ beach landing... 2 more AA spawners and a tank spawner. All right, yeah, let me go ahead and get that added. That's a good start, because we need to lock down their their helicopters. Two AA sites, that's in bold, silly me, and then a tank site. Because, I mean, before we started the previous mission, it was like 5 tank sites, 2... APC sites, 2 IFV sites, a helicopter site, and a drone site, and they blew up a big chunk of that. Getting a $150 pay raise in Prime for free? Ah, yes, you're a Bezos citizen, are you now? Enjoy your Prime meal at your Prime job, Prime citizen. Ah, man. Alright, so I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff pre-garrisoned here. I'm going to do my standard rule of if I'm going to be garrisoning a building, I want at least 2 people inside. However, the Vietnam buildings, they normally don't have windows, so that does make it a little bit tough, but, you know, I can just cover the entryways. Mainly, though, I'd want to get this building fortified. That's a marksman, actually, so I want him up on this spot right here. And I don't really want to deal static stuff because I don't want to accidentally shoot down any of the helicopters because they want a big beach landing first, which I am more than happy to facilitate. We just have to get the AI all in play. You have $10 extra for stuff, 1 second. I can just add that because I have a stockpile, but if you have something else, then yeah, go for it. Well, the Prime will be taking effect next year for most people. Oh, is Amazon actually taking everyone over again? Great. It's no longer a fulfillment center, it's a fulfillment city. Now get back to work, Prime citizen. Who needs a monopoly? Actually, no, they do. Never mind. Yeah, I don't want any RPGs flying early, because again, I don't want to wipe them immediately. We can wipe them later, but not on the initial landing. Liru's trying to be a nice guy. You've been working at Amazon for nearly 5 years? What? Wait, you've been working there 5 years and now you get free Amazon Prime? It took you 5 years? 5 years for Bezos to think, oh, okay, now you're finally worthy. Five years. Oh my god. Let me guess. It would have taken you 6 years. And yes, I do want this beach assault to be Ride of the Valkyries. I just gotta check if that's copyrighted. But let me guess, it would have taken you 8 years actually to get Amazon Prime, but you ratted out the people that were around you that wanted to form a union and got them all fired, and they're now rewarding you with Twitch Prime, right? I bet that's it. Oh god, I hope that's it. Hell yeah. You routed out those dirty unionizers. And they gave you a pizza party for it, didn't you? Yeah, I bet you. Yep, they even gave you no, it's Amazon. They wouldn't give you a pizza party. They would just tell you the routes that the automatic robots are going to take in advance so they don't accidentally run you over and then blame it on you for getting in their way, right? They just give you more information for survival. Ah, yeah, totally. Oh. Maybe they gave you a single bathroom break to use between now and the midway period of your current shift. Oh, man, there's probably so many wonderful things they gave you, right? Yeah, totally. You're going to throw a DayZ egg at me? Yeah, yeah, spider? Uh-huh, yeah, okay. Sure, buddy. Hey man, bathroom breaks are valuable at Amazon fulfillment centers. I'm pretty sure you can sell it back to the company for $3.50. But it's not actually $3.50. It's a literal picture of a tree that you don't actually own. So it's like it's an NFT of a tree. What's it worth? Absolutely nothing. But hey, you have it now. You could use the paper it's on as toilet paper the next time you use the bathroom. Yeah, you can also play Ride of the Valkyries yourselves. This is for next Saturday. I want to get the mission file. I want to get the OPFOR stuff done by today. Shoot them a message, ask them what the mod set is, and then just clarify everything they want me to make for the operation itself. And then make sure all that's squared away. I think I'm not going to do tracker modules just because of the sheer scale of the player base. I think it's going to be like an 80-person op. And then I want to put a mortar back here. And then I need to, you know, blanket this area with some AAA positions and shit. So this one might actually be a smaller garrison. And then in exchange, I, you know, put some mortars down and shit. What if the tree is a pine car freshener? Oh, that's even better. Yeah, sure. That's what Amazon gets you. The Deathclaws are now tanks. Deathclaws are already tanks, man. They can run up and literally shred a tank. And yet I know people that would look at a Deathclaw and just take a deep breath and go, wood. And I'm like, what do you mean wood? It's a Deathclaw. It's gonna kill you. Oh, people. Alright. And then I want to put an artillery piece back here. We'll do a 60 meter. That's a bonus. Bad Dragon Deathclaw edition. You know, one of these days, if I ever do become a giant, famous YouTuber, I'll reach out to Bad Dragon and see if we can get something like that made for funsies, because why not? Would, more like have. Oh yeah, some of you get some really weird, twisted mods and do things yourself, right? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, and then the other major thing I want to build up is that airbase, but around here I want to make some AA sites out of some static. We can also make an artillery site somewhere as well. Except we probably shouldn't use the frickin' Marines to do it. Divisional gun. Here, and then this one. And then the rest, again, we'll just be putting AI down on the fly. Because I do want to limit. We'll do the entire rifle platoon, and then we'll just spread it across these 3 positions. And then is there a good spot for me to put a gun down? Then a heavier gun back here. Perfect. Cool. All right, then we just organize accordingly. Let me check my phone real quick. All right. But yeah, just some light garrison work. Over here, I'm debating if I want to make anything at the moment, because this is going to be like extra infill or whatnot, because I think the main thing with this mission file is just going to be spawning in templates. There doesn't really need to be a lot of OPFOR pre-placed, and I don't, especially for anything that goes to even 40 players. If we have like a large-scale AO, I generally don't like to pre-spawn stuff, because you never know what you might need when, and you don't know like what parts of the AO they're going to, so it's just going to consume a lot of server resources if you have a lot of stuff down. But I mean, this is at least helping me shape the AO, because there has to be a little bit of that. Hey Muffin, how you doing? Need at least a little bit of a basis. You wish you could control zombies like you can RC them and whatnot? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm also debating a few sniper trees, but I think I'll leave that till like, no, we can do it now. F it. Because I also like to put machine gunners in the trees. Because it's funny. They're in the trees, they're in the trees. It's funny though, they just took that tactic from the Japanese, which I'm pretty sure they took it from somebody else and it's just less documented. No, it'd also be funny if I had a tank in here. Funny for me, not for them. I don't want to use the T-54s or T-55s, though, because they are overpowered as shit. Like, you have to have literally an attack helicopter come in and AGM the shit out of it. Why did you do that loading screen? I've never seen you do that loading screen when I go into the attributes. That was kind of weird. Hell yeah. Oh, now I gotta look for an RPD gunner. Perfect. Oh, yes, a ficus. I will now proceed to make a lot more of these so they can be everyone's problem. Perfect. No, because it... even detracking it or cut... That's such a bad answer for me to give. I'm sorry. Because even the tracks are hard to disable with it. You know, I'm actually going to wrap this stream up now because I'm going to go grab a snack and then take like a 15-minute break. And then just get back to Devin. But I think I'm just going to listen to a YouTube video in the background because mine's starting to race of like various different ways I can put stuff. Plus, I don't want to stream all the OPFOR pre-placement, you know. Some of this I want to keep hidden. But yeah, we'll be back later, I want to say in 2 hours potentially for some DayZ. And, well, return to Plinko. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Have a good one. 2D, you told me 1 second. I'm not sure. Put the enter towards... Okay, I see that. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.